The frustration with Frankie Montas is at an all-time high right now, and Ryan Stanek has become the biggest question mark in this bullpen by far. Welcome back to the second and very, very frustrating episode of the MetsShitPod. I'm your host, MetsShitPosting, and after watching this game today, I just have one thought, and I think everyone else does, that Frankie Montas has got to go. Frankie Montas cannot be on this roster come September, October, and at this rate, if we even make it there, I don't think Paul Blackburn is going to do any better. They should have gotten a starter at the deadline, point blank period. I understand that the price is steep, but when you're rolling out this guy every 5 days, and then your other backup option is a guy that's just as worse, I mean, they're just unplayable. They're just unplayable. You can't win with these guys on your roster. When Frankie Montas is going to let up 5, 6, 7 runs per game, and Paul Blackburn is going to do the exact same, why are we not giving the young guys a shot? Bring up Nolan McLean. Bring up Brandon Sproat. Hell, bring up Jordan Tong if you have to. Like somebody else. Montas he's just not what he used to be. And what he used to be was 6 years ago. He had one decent season. And now he's going out there every 5 days and throwing meatballs down the plate. I mean, the Giants have a pretty decent lineup. That Jung-Ho Lee is good. Rafael Devers is good. Matt Chapman, he's been having a rough stretch, but he's good. But this is a team that just sold. This is a team that just sold the deadline. They got rid of Tyler Rogers. We got Tyler Rogers. They got rid of Camilo Doval. They got rid of Mike Yastrzemski. They got rid of most of their team. And they come in here and they put 7 runs on us. It's just unacceptable. There's no reason why Brandon Sprout or Nolan McLean can't get an opportunity here. Early in the season, you could convince me, maybe they need some time, they need to develop, blah, blah, blah. But you're in the middle of the pennant race now. I'm sure the Phillies are probably in first place by the end of the day, and if not, they're only half a game behind us, which is basically tied. I mean, and at this point, you have Frankie Montas signed for multiple years, and you can't send down Paul Blackburn. You can't send down Montas. So, just cut him. You just cut him. He's terrible. He's been terrible. He has shown you nothing. He had the one good start against the Braves, but that was off of rehab. He was fresh. No one's seen him in a while. Paul Blackburn did the same thing. His first start, he threw 5 scoreless innings against the Dodgers, and look what happened now. They stink. They went back to being stinkers. They went back to being shitters. That's what they are. They're shitters. They suck. But I will say the offense, again, didn't help them out. They scored 4 runs, and 2 of them being in the 9th inning, which I'm going to talk about that 9th inning really quick, the bottom of the 9th at least. Why is Tyrone Taylor pinch hitting? Why is Tyrone Taylor pinch hitting? I understand that it's 12-4 at that point, and the game is out of reach. But they had a bit of a rally going. Alvarez got on. I think Mullins got on. Vientos had a hit. And instead of letting Brandon Nimmo hit or Ronnie Mauricio hit, Mendy puts in Tyrone Taylor? Are we serious? The reason why you traded for a center fielder in the first place, because Tyrone Taylor sucked, and now we're putting him in during a rally? I understand that the rally probably wasn't going to end well, but you got to give yourself the best shot. I mean, Ronnie Mauricio could have been a better shot. Brett Beatty would have been a better shot. That was just a questionable decision. Very questionable decision by Mendoza. Again, I understand it because the game is way out of reach. But you never know. It's baseball. There's no time limit. There's no clock. You go until the last out is made. And I'd rather take my chance with Beatty or Mauricio than a guy that's hitting 199, probably 198 now. It just makes no sense to me. Now, to the top of the 9th inning, the Giants scored 5 runs off of Ryan Stanek. Ryan Stanek is... I don't know what he is. He's either lights out and he strikes out the side, or he lets up 5 runs. It's one or the other. Like, we talk about how good this bullpen got, and it did get good. But Stanek is such a huge question mark. You don't know what you're going to get. And again, I understand that it's the 9th inning and a game that's already out of reach. But at that point, it was still 7-2. And you get let up 5 runs, then they score 12 runs. And now it's 12-2. And then in the bottom of the ninth, you put up 2 runs. But if you don't let up those 5 runs, it's 7-4. And that's a much more reasonable deficit to come back from with 2 outs, or however many outs there were, than 12-4. I mean, Stanek is just so inconsistent. He puts runners on. He has like 2 pitches. He has a fastball and a slider. And that's it. I mean, I didn't play baseball past like travel ball. But if I knew a guy who was just going to throw 2 pitches, you got a 50% chance of knowing what pitch is coming. And I get he throws it fast. He throws 100 miles per hour. But they're professional hitters. They see 100 miles per hour all the time. They see 100 miles per hour all the time, every day. They see past that. I mean, you got 2 guys in the Mets bullpen that can throw over 100 miles an hour with Helsley and Diaz. So Stanek is just nothing special. He had a complete and utter meltdown. As soon as I saw bases loaded with no outs, I knew it was just going to end terrible. And then he lets up that 3-run home run to Casey Schmidt. And that was really the nail in the coffin. I mean, you can't do anything after that. The game's just over at that point. You're just playing to end it. It's just so frustrating having this super bullpen that everyone's talking about. And then Ryan Stanek comes out there and shits the bed. And it's not the first time this happened. We all know this. That's why, personally, I was a fan of getting another reliever. When I said that to people, I was like, why do you want another reliever? You just got Rogers and you just got Helsley. And I'm like, yeah, but there's still big question marks in this bullpen. Ryan Stanek being the main one. I mean, just so many times I feel like he's come to the game and it's gotten away from him. They could have made a move for Jake Bird, who I really wanted. I mean, I don't want any more after the meltdown that the entire Yankees bullpen had the other night. They could have got that guy Bender from the Marlins, has like a 1.8 ERA. Just someone else to really solidify the bullpen. I mean, we all like Rico Garcia, but he was a huge question mark. He's a huge question mark. But anyway, enough with Stanek. We all know Stanek sucks, but Stanek is unfortunately not going anywhere. They're not going to cut him. They're not going to DFA him. They can't trade him. I mean, trade deadline's over. He's here to stay, unfortunately. Let's just hope that when the playoffs come around, he goes into that form that he was. I doubt it, to be honest with you. But that's all we can hope for. Now, let's talk about a positive pitching performance that we had today. I know that's crazy to say because you lost 12-4. But Austin Warren, the guy we just brought up from AAA, who we've seen a few times before, threw 4 scoreless innings. You want a starter, there it is. I mean, I think we found a replacement for Frankie Montas and Paul Blackburn. Like, hell, why not? Let Austin Warren start a game. Let someone else start a game. Let Brandon Waddell start a game. I'd rather do these spot starts if these guys are going to give us a few good innings. I mean, he's given us better innings than Montas. Every time they have this guy Warren up, he seems to do really good. So, give him a shot. Who cares at this point? Might as well. I mean, Frankie Montas and Paul Blackburn are just dead weight. They're just free runs. They're batting practice. And it's come to the point in the season where something has to change. Before the All-Star break, when Montas came back and Blackburn came back, we were like, all right, we know it's not going to end well, but let's see what they got. And then both their starts, they had good starts. I think they both threw 5 scoreless innings. But now they've reached that point where they've become their true selves. They've become Paul Blackburn, and they've become Frankie Montas. And David Stearns has 2 great options right in front of him. Brandon Sprout or Nolan McLean. Or both. Bring up both. Nolan McLean has been great all year. He started the season in AA and pitched for a 1.37 ERA. In AAA, he's pitched for 3.01. But in total for the whole season, he's pitched at 2.6 between AA and AAA. I don't know about you, but he sounds like a much better option than Frankie Montas, who let up probably 100 runs in his rehab start. I don't know how Paul Blackburn's doing, but I really don't care how Paul Blackburn is doing in his rehab starts. when David Stern said they'll have a conversation with Paul Blackburn about his future, I hope it's a conversation of, hey, you suck, we're cutting you. Okay? So Nolan McLean, to me, sounds like the best option to bring up. I think he's MLB ready. And he just can't possibly be worse than what you have right now. I mean, he cannot possibly be worse than Frankie Montas. And his 7 earned runs. And his 6 earned runs last start. And his 5 earned runs to start before that. It did just keep getting worse. Next start, he's going to let up 8. And then the other start, he's going to let up 9. And then Paul Blackburn is not the answer. I keep saying these names over and over again. But, like, that's what the Mets are looking at right now. That's what I think David Stern's looking at. He's going to keep having faith in these 2 bums. And I can't figure out why. Now, on the other hand, you have Brandon Sproat, the number 1 overall ranked pitching prospect. You can look at his stats, and you'll see that he's pitching to a 4.07 ERA, which is not very good. He did have a very rough start to the season. He did not start off good. He was getting shelled early, and he looked very bad. But over his last 6 starts, he's only allowed 2 runs, and that's in 1 game. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that it was like a 2-run home run. So you look at that, and you also think he can't be worse than Frankie Montas. He can't be worse than Paul Blackburn. But the Mets are going to continue to roll these bums out every 5 days. Unless it really gets to a terrible point, which I think it's at already. And I hope that David Stearns will just bring these guys up, one of them. Just try them out, see what you have. I don't care about the clock. You start their clock and their options and what this... Like, you're trying to win now. If you want to commit to winning now, then do what it takes to win now. Win these games. You can worry about options and all that stuff later on. Like, worry about it in the offseason. If Brandon Sproat or Nolan McLean are going to help you win baseball games in August, September, and October, then bring them up. You didn't make these trades for nothing. You didn't bring in Tyler Rogers for nothing. You didn't bring in Ryan Helsley for shits and giggles. You brought them up because you want to win now. So win now. It's so frustrating. Really quick, I want to go over players of the game. I mean, it's kind of a moot point, but it's worthy to note that McNeil went 2 for 4. Lindor went 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. And Francisco Alvarez continues to rake. Alvarez needs to come back. He's been great. I mean, defensively, he's still been... I wouldn't say he's been a little shaky. He's been fine. I mean, that throw today, that was on Francisco Lindor. They gave him an error. That was BS. And I wouldn't even say it was an error for Lindor. I think that's just baseball. Like, sometimes you don't catch it on a bang-bang play like that. I don't think it should be an error. But nonetheless, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And I think... I don't even know who else got an RBI. It's not even worth mentioning at this point. But final score, 12-4. Mets lose. Frankie Montas sucks. And Ryan Stanek is a huge question mark. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't know how many more instant reactions I'm going to do like this, but I'm home now, and I think it just had to be said. Just had to get the anger out, so now I can continue for the rest of my day and hopefully get into a better mood, because this team determines my mood for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for listening. I'm your host, MetsShitPosting. Follow at MetsShitPosting on Instagram, and see you guys next time.